Okay, so here's the treatment box for the arthritis. Again, the grades, what you need to know for the final exam. So CMC, osteoarthritis, general arthritis of digits. That's what this one's about. The tests, the grind test we talked about, those symptoms what's indicative of. This can get confusing with Decker veins, that we'll talk about shortly next week, I think. CMC is more in the joint itself versus up in that snuff box. So it's more in the joint itself, and usually you can see some of those other symptoms or signs of it that's there. How to treat it early on, joint protection principles. I think you know about this, you've had this in the past. There is some PowerPoint sources within this module around joint protection, you need to know that. Avoiding pinching, gripping, carrying, basically. Get them moving, aerobics is really good. Tai Chi is really good for arthritis. Tai Chi is good. Aquatherapy, get them in a pool, very good. No pounding, stationary bike, and not treadmill, jogging kind of stuff. Flaring up, kind of swelling, that sort of thing. Get rid of the swelling, ice, pulsed ultrasound. If it's more chronic, which it usually is, versus swelling, think heat, continuous, contrast bath, paraffin can be helpful. Splinting, I'll get into that. The oval splints, the ring splints, I think you know about, can be really good for the boutonniere and the swan. It gives you the general guidelines for that. That CMC spica splint, which you may have made, I think, in the past. Soft ones are good for the day, for during activities. Hard one at night, potentially, is a good way to kind of start. Good way to kind of see if a splint is good or where to do it is to kind of passively correct the deformity, see if you can do that, see where the splint force should be. You get more into splinting later. And then kind of later on, if you've calmed it down, be more aggressive, generally speaking, a pain-free range of motion, strengthening, different strengthening exercises. This is a simple abduction one that can be good to get those stabilizers in the thumb. Stretching out that web space can be good, like a cup can be good. These are all good exercises, therapeutic kind of stuff. Paraphylactics, night gloves, warm water, heating it up can be good to fight that stiffness. And then we have rheumatoid arthritis. Different stages of rheumatoid arthritis. It's good to know these stages. See these come back in board questions, stages of rheumatoid arthritis. Different deformities. Treating it's very similar to osteoarthritis, you're just not as aggressive, especially if it's flared up. The little 8 splints, resting splints, splints to address the ulnar drift. What to do during flare-ups. Again, no passive range of motion during a flare-up can cause joint protection. Avoid that pinching, pinch strengthening. Really, think twice about the strengthening exercises. And then the Dupuytren's and the other stuff we'll get into in a second here.